What's up, everybody? It's another day and another chance for a win. And what I want to talk about today is be a little more like Jesus, but not the Jesus that you're thinking of, not the Jesus from the Bible, the Savior of the world. I'm talking about Jesus, who is the waiter at IHOP, also known as Jesus. And let me explain what I mean. My kids have been with me the last 4 or 5 days. We've had a great time. And we have this Easter tradition where we like to get up and go eat breakfast at IHOP. Long story short, it became our tradition. And the first time we did it, my son Trey, when we left the IHOP, he tried to get in the car and beat us all to the car. And he went to the wrong car, set off somebody else's car alarm. And what was hilarious about this was they were coming to their car and saw this whole thing happen, which embarrassed the crap out of my son Trey. And so he's embarrassed. My daughter's teasing him a little bit. Hey, Trey, why'd you try to steal a car on Easter? And the whole thing was really funny. So we went back this morning to, go eat breakfast at IHOP Easter Sunday. And we get there a little bit later than we wanted to because we kind of drug our feet getting out of bed. Then we got down there and there was this long wait at the IHOP, about 20, 30 minutes. So we finally get back to our table. It's probably like 10:30, quarter to 11, something like that. So we're a little cranky. We've had this long wait. Trey is not particularly a morning person anyway. And the waiter comes out, and I promise, this is true, you can't even make it up. The guy's name is Jesus. And so the guy comes to the table, and my daughter and I notice it immediately, and we kind of have a little laugh about it. And I said, hey, I'm going to ask this guy if he'll take a picture with us when he comes back. So he comes back out, and I said, hey, man, it's Easter Sunday. Your name's Jesus. I'm sure you get this a lot. He said, oh, yeah, I do. And I said, would you mind to take a picture with us? He said, oh, no, that'd be great. So he sat down and he took a picture with us. And here's the point of the story. The guy was just terrific. They were really busy. I mean, just slammed busy. And he really took the time. He was nice. He was pleasant. He helped us kind of make some memories there. We had a great time. Imagine if he had been in a bad mood. We get to our table. We're a little bit late to begin with. There's a wait when we get there. We're hungry. Now our waiter's a jerk. We have a bad experience. Instead, because Jesus was nice to everybody and he was funny and, he had a cool name on Easter. That didn't hurt the situation. But he was just a great guy and he really, helped my kids have a good time, and I appreciate that. So when we left, I gave the guy a really good tip. I mean, a really good tip, because I think that, there's no charge in being nice. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. What he did was completely free. He was going to give of his time one way or another and do it in a positive way, or he was going to do it in a negative way. Either we were going to have a good experience because he was our waiter, or we were going to have a bad experience because he was our waiter. And he chose just to be very friendly, and we had a great time. So, Jesus, if you ever hear this, we appreciate the job that you did this morning. We had a great time, and you were a big reason why, and we made a memory because of it. And how does that apply to the rest of you that are out there listening to this? You just never know. I mean, I didn't have to give him that big of a tip, and I'm not saying that to brag on myself, but I'm just saying you never know how what you're doing may affect somebody else. And vice versa. You never know how the way you treat somebody else may come back to you in a positive or negative way. I mean, it came back to him in a very tangible way, in a reward, a tip. But, you just never know who you're talking to, how they may be able to benefit you. Like if that's somebody who is a potential employer, or somebody who knows a potential employer that could be a reference for you, whether you know it or not, or whether it's somebody who's a potential significant other of yours. You're sitting there making an impression on somebody one way or another. And so just think about that as you go through your day. Everybody try to be a little more like my man Jesus at IHOP. And appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate all the support we get on the website, www.justwintoday.com. If you get a chance, stop by and check it out. You can hear our podcasts, read the articles, everything else that we do there on the website. Appreciate everybody stopping by. JWT.